Eden, hi. Happy lurking. Jake, hi. Welcome on in. How are you? How was your weekend? And yes, Nightbot is a bit active. I don't know how to say that. Efficient? Forgot to do that. I forgot to do that. But yeah, what did you do this weekend? Like Heavy Monday? Oh. When you say heavy meeting, like ah. That's not the greatest feel. I know. At least it's done, right? Like you don't need more meeting to be done. But yeah, I have a weird thing. I think Mondays and Tuesdays are mainly meetings to organize or like recap what happened last week, and then Wednesday is work day, and then Thursday and Friday are meetings to organize the next week. Like mostly Fridays compared to Thursdays, but like you have work days on Wednesday and Thursday, and that's all. The rest is just meetings, organization meetings. A lot of food. What type of food? Any types of food? I had a weird meeting today. Oh, by the way, I activated a thing I think is interesting. I picked that up from Nerdy, as always, but if I do this, I have my hands here and I say, just chatting, it moves. And hi, Tanya. The timing was pretty good. But yeah, now I can say go to the Mac, and surely, shit. I think it needs to have like an entire string, which is weird, but I might change that. So if I say go to Mac, it moves. No more fingers using, no more anything. Can be as lazy as I want and just say just chatting, and it should move to like any scene title. Right now it's like specific strings, so I need to wait. Just chatting, and now it works. I might change it to anyway, I don't know. I don't know if I say the sentence that I defined to go to the scene, like often. I don't really know. But yeah. Mediterranean food. is KGJ High, is where I grew up. So I know the usual food style thingy, I would say. Well, I don't know how to say that. Oh yeah, to be frank, I did the same. I mean, the same thing. I did a lot of food this weekend as well. A bit too much, as always. Yeah. Kane, hi. Welcome on in. Je vais bien, mais je ne suis pas sûr que tu comprennes. How was your weekend, KDJ, Kane, Boss K, Tanya as well? How was your weekend? How is everything going? I've absolutely forgot how to stream. That is. And this. I didn't say fuck, but it, yeah, went through. When I've said fox. Yeah. So I did another one, by the way. I did for technically, we have the same thing going on screen, which I think is fun. Yeah. Can I just say I'm good? I don't know how it is Monday. I agree. And Friday was fun. Had a lot of chat. I rewatched the VOD, and I'm like, the beginning of the VOD for Ace Bar on Friday was not great. I should have checked before, so the sound is just annoying. So I would say the first 25 to 30 minutes of the chatting is just annoying. So yeah, it's not good. Not good. Tanya, your voice is great. I also tried to change the overlays color, but it didn't work. So I don't know. I think it should be green, but it's not. So I might change that during the thing. It is. I mean, so that's an interesting entire subject that we can talk about. You are used to your voice as the sound that resonates through your body to your inner ear, to your skull, and then come out. And so what you're hearing, as you define as your voice, is the reflection of the sound that you produce, reflecting from surfaces going back to your ears, and also the sound that you produce from inside, reflecting in your head. And when someone is like recording you, or you are recording your self, you hear just the projection without the reverb and everything that goes inside, and so you're like, is that me? That doesn't sound like me, but it's my face. And so it's weird. Metal Coder, hi, welcome on in. How are you? How was your weekend? How was your day? And it's a lot of practice, to be honest. In the first streams, I mean, as always, I have advantages, but in the first stream, it was very weird for me to listen to my voice and make sure that everything was good. But that's something that I encourage anyone who is starting to stream to do. Like, rewatch your first 10 stream. I think 10 is pretty good. But yeah, you rewatch the entirety and you make sure that the sound was good, the voice to music level is good as well, and that you could hear everyone, and that you want to, like, you don't want to make adjustment. And then if you make any adjustments, then have a bit of a chat or a check, bit of a check to make sure that like the damn the sounds that you added to the stream are not too loud or too low. And so for example, the stream reward sounds for the pull-ups, for everything, they were at 100%, and I put them down at 75. It's still pretty high, but I think it's a good level. Might change that in the future. Yeah, different things. And so yeah, right now, I mean, thing that I did earlier, changing some effects. Oh yeah, that's the thing that we talked about on the first one, which was the one before. I said, because it's difficult for me to keep up with chat while still like listening to everyone in the call. I was like, maybe it would be more interesting to do that on Discord, and just Discord, but then I need to stream hours. I mean, Twitch requires a bit of hours in order to stay relevant, so I kind of need to keep it on stream. And I do believe that the fact that it is live, like, allows me and everyone to not potentially stay for the whole thing, but also I can cut it before we finish the conversation to have something else to talk about in the next one, or things like this. But yeah, it feels like if I took the time, and that's something that I will probably not do, but if sometimes I took the time to reorganize everything and cut all the blanks, I could potentially repost the Ace Bar episodes on YouTube as streaming, as podcast things. But that would mean I need the compliance of everyone like participating, and that's a lot of work. But yeah. Kane, you're welcome. You ask for it, I do that. As I said, I used to do the reading list on Memorizely when I started, and Aiden, welcome back. And it was pretty good. It's what made me popular on Memorizely, kinda. Yeah, it's something that I do. I have about 5 daily newsletter from designers that comes into my mailbox every morning or during the day, and it's I'm taking just the one that I think are the best, and I used to have like reading list of 12 per day minimum, and I dumb it down to 4 to 5 max, at least for now. Maybe if there is more people who wants to read everything, then yeah. But also it's a great resource overall if you read everything and you remember that you read something, you can just check back the channel and it might be in there. I think that's a thing that is pretty good. Aiden, yes, I've seen your go to Mac. It works. I've seen your preview. Pretty good preview. And a tip for you, just chatting. Did it work? Just chatting. I need to have this enclosed into everything. A tip for you would be, if your internet doesn't allow you to stream yet, even though you are not sure if you want to stream or just do videos, a YouTube video with a face will have more views than a YouTube video without a face, kinda. I mean, it really depends on the type of content, but most likely if you have a bit of a face, it has a teeny tiny bit more attraction, and I think it's a better thing to do. But let me see. If I say anywhere, I will do anywhere for the go-tos. Sorry, it's on my side. Not exact. Damn. Yeah. I guessed that. I guessed that. Alright, so right now if I say go to Mac in the middle of a sentence, if the sentence is processed, then it goes back to the scene that I just said, and if I say just chatting, processing, it goes back there. That's good. That is good. No need for buttons. For anyone who just bought like a Stream Deck, I don't know if Shannon you're here. I don't think so. But if you are, now Stream Deck is overrated. We don't need it. We just need to speak and not do anything. Just say go to Mac, and it moves without having to do anything. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, just go back to just chatting. Just chatting. Much better. But yeah, AI taking over everything. I mean, all the changes that I'm doing are for ease of stream. Making sure that everything works. That we don't have weird things. Oh, I just noticed something. This teeny tiny one is green, and this teeny tiny one is white. And I didn't see that before. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, damn. What were we saying? Oh yeah, the resource reading list. So far, he decided to have them split on the 12th. We have 5 blocks here, 1 block here, 4 here, so 10 in total. 10, 15, 17, 20, 21. We have 21 articles since the 12th. That's a pretty good thing. The white space one is pretty interesting. I do enjoy it. Then in resource we have a lot of tiny things that will help anyone who is starting or not starting but just want to be better at what they do. I think this would be the resource channel is the one to stay in. Aiden, if they give you one, you could be able to do different angles if you wanted to. So if you have multiple monitors, you can have one on each, and so if you look at one and then you move to the other one, then your face is staying kind of the same. So that could be interesting. Like the example is, for me at least, is when I'm looking at the Mac right here on stream, it looks like I'm looking at it, and when I'm moving to the PC, it's the same thing. Just because I'm rotating my face, I am now visually looking at the PC, and that's why the camera is changing space, because otherwise if the camera didn't change placement, it would have looked like I'm looking away, which doesn't make any sense. That's why there is the changes. But if you have two cameras, you can just have one on each side and no need to move anything. That's a pretty good thing. I do like that. And one thing for you, or for anyone to be honest, that is interested in creating content, we have this guy. This is his camera setup, which when you look at it, it kind of looks like trash. I'm sorry, I love you, but camera is trash. It's a nice pose, but yeah, it's like, I don't know if it's a webcam or a phone or both, but still, the content is so good that since January 7th, he have 26,000 views, and he has 172,000 followers. So yeah, he looks like a crazy scientist. Yes, and Scott, hi, welcome on in. But he kind of is a crazy scientist in what he does in 3D, and it's pretty good. So yeah, it does look like a GoPro, that's true. I don't even know if he has. I don't think he does. But the amount of content that he produces, I am always surprised. Like, he used to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 videos in a month. Damn. So yeah, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but all the content is great, and there are things that like videos that are just 4 minutes, videos that are 30 minutes long. But all the content, all the video quality and things are extremely low quality in my standards. So that is a good question. I don't really have a one in my head right now. One that comes to mind directly. Let me check the list of the newly added, because no, there is none in the newly added, that's for sure. And oh, don't buy Ripple. Don't buy Ripple. It looks promising, but since it started, it has been in lawsuit over lawsuit over lawsuits since the beginning. And yeah, I don't, even though it has been regulated and everything, because it was one of the most mediatized coin, with a face and everything. I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it. So Taboo is still here. That's interesting. But it has like 46 down in the 30 days, so I don't know if I would trust that. And Shiba is still here. If you want to invest your £11 in Shiba, it might be a thing. You never know. To be honest, you never know. But the Cardano is pretty. I don't want to say anything that might sound weird, but Cardano has some announcement to be made in the 10 or 7 days, like next week. And the announcement looks promising as well, of course. So we are believing that this fucking coin will continue to grow. As you can see in the last 30 days, it's kind of the only one in full green in the entire chart. So yeah, Cardano is pretty good. And then all the other ones, to be honest, like all the meme ones, like if you want to invest in Doge, but still, you could invest in Terra. You could. You could invest in Terra and then move to Ripple. I don't know. Ripple is very old. Like Ripple is it? It doesn't even exist on CoinMarketCap, so yeah. Oh, ADA? No, ADA is the same. It's very old, so I don't believe they have a Discord. But you know, we never know. Maybe they started one. Maybe it started one. No, they don't. They have a Twitter and a Facebook page. They don't have a Discord. The ADA is pretty interesting. I added two of my, no, not two of mine, but two new wallets to my Chrome to go to a website called the jpeg.store, which I never knew existed. And turns out I have NFTs on there. I have NFTs that will be revealed next week. So who knows? Maybe they are interesting. I do like the look of them. But yeah, I did like the thing that looks like MetaMask but isn't MetaMask with Cardano on it. I don't know. There has been a lot of different things in chat on Twitter about Ethereum going back to like Ethereum 2.0, and then they are, how can I say that, speculating on prices and all of that, trying to find back the amount, not amount, the tweet, this thing. When they said that the inflation rate of Ethereum is going in a deflation, not inflation, compared to like Bitcoin, who was pretty steady, but now it went down under 0.09%, and so it might go the other way at some point in the negative. So we will see. But yeah, I don't know when that can happen. Yeah. And for the wallet, I'm using the Nami wallet because I used the Yoroi wallet first, and it wasn't working with the JPEG store, so I needed to create or add the other one. The Yoroi wallet is way more interesting in terms of the overall design of the web page, but it seems like the Nami wallet is better at communicating with websites, so that's, I think, more interesting for you, would be at least. But yeah, if you wanna, as always, if you wanna invest things, Terra is pretty good. There are a lot of new things coming in, and that's, as always, I can't really talk about it because I don't really know, but the ecosystem for Terra and for all the DeFi thing, you can earn up to, I think it's like 50 or 60% a year on stable coins. So that's pretty interesting. I think in Anchor you have like a max of 30%, but still 30% on your value is pretty good. So if you have a ton of cash, it's always a thing. If you have a ton of cash, the return of 30% in like 10,000 is great. Even though it's just a yearly thing, it's compounding, so that means that it's 10,000 the first month, and then it's 10,000 something the second month, and you get 33% on the compounding and interest. So that's, I do love that. So Terra is pretty interesting. So far I would say buy some cake. I mean, buy some cake, just for anyone who doesn't know, cake is a token for PancakeSwap. And so, yeah, buy some cake, just stack them, and you will have access to all the things that you want. Damn. Damn. Do you really need? We go back to our usual discussion. Do you really need to go? I know you do, but yeah, like you received £11. One cake is $11. So yeah, stack that. Just stack that. Like I've put 9 cake. I have 0.1 cake arriving, which will turn this to 8 soon. And yeah, simple. I'm earning 63% by doing nothing, just having money. This is that's the thing. I don't think you need, for anyone who is here and who are thinking about going to university or college or anything. I mean, college, I don't remember what it is on the US side for the names, but let's say university, and you don't need it, if you have the skills, you don't need to go there. You will learn little compared to what you can learn on the internet, but in terms of networking and social interactions, things like this, it is interesting. But other than that, I don't recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, but they also have uni in the US, which I don't know, because for me college is when you are 11, 12, something like this. So yeah. I don't know what is a sixth form alternative, but yeah. I would say yes. Interesting. So the entry level, I believe. Or then I don't. I mean, school systems, I can't. It's not something that I do. Not something that I do. And at the same time, I'm just looking at this shit, and I'm like, this one is 118% APR. That's pretty good. You should do that with your £11 for free. Yeah. That's a motivation that I cannot go with. Cannot recommend you do something just because you don't like someone and you want to like show them that you can do. That's something that I don't kind of like. But if you do it for you and you know that it will be beneficial in the end, then yeah, that's good. That is good enough, at least for me. But why though? That's another question. Like, why didn't you like them, and was it because you didn't like them that they didn't like you? Because that might be an interesting point. Like on their side. By the way, I haven't seen any shit in chat, so we won't do that. We have kind of two options for the content today. We can, of course, continue chatting. That's will always be the case, but we have the continuation of Blip. We also have to kind of finish the hairs on Vi, and it's close, but I don't really know why Khalil didn't stream today. I asked myself the same question, and I think on Friday he said he wasn't very well. I don't know if you remember, but he said something like this. And I think, don't want to assume anything, but I do think there is either he is a bit sick and he preferred to take the day off, or something else happened, in which case we'll have news soon, I believe. And Tanya, I have no clue. Nishit hasn't been around since last message from Nishit was December 27th. So last year. I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, I mean, modding for someone doesn't mean that you are close with them. But it's helpful. Placement here. I don't know if I want. What do you think? For the people who are here currently, what would be more interesting? Some illustration or some file cleanup, where file cleanup will give you more of the designer side of knowing and learning things, and illustration side give you a different thing. I don't know what's more interesting. I had the I also have this one that we kind of need to finish, even though we can't achieve the mushroom inside, but we can do the veins around the eye. That's something that is pretty simple to do. So yeah, that's a lot of things. I said a lot of things. Just adding the glare here. just adding a teeny tiny bit of shine. Not identical, but it yeah, we can see the circle. I don't know. Maybe, Aiden, maybe. When you say a crypto Discord bot, are you talking about something like this one, for example, that are giving me current prices? I just go fetch the data and then change its name to the data itself. Is that what you're talking about? Because that's a pretty simple one to create, I think. I mean, as always, I don't know shit, but... Oh, so you want something like... Do we have C in here? Like this one. This one we just do C strong and it gives us back the charts directly. Which is a very good, I mean, Mr. Chaster is a very, very good bot for crypto and for any trading, to be honest, because it just gives you like almost the analysis of the curve and the charts without you having to do anything. So right now I have the 1 hour coin or 1 hour charts, 4 hour charts, 1 day and 1 week. That goes like, they are done in seconds just because here this person or this bot who is asking for the charts every day just said strong to USD, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and that's everything. Daryl, hi. Welcome on in. How are you? How was your weekend? How was your week? It's been a bit of time. Yeah, it's a great chart thingy. I do like it. Oh. I see you still have the same profile picture. A bit stressed, that's not great. That is not great. That doesn't work, it needs to be faded. It might need to be another layer on top of it. I'm pretty good. I have a annoying thing, like, maybe you know, but it's like my nose right here, like, just, it hurts, and so when I'm moving or talking, it's just hurts, so it turns red easily. That's pissing me off, but other than that, I'm pretty good. We created this thing based off this thing, not today, but it's the type of thing that we will potentially work on today. I have no clue. I am questioning everything right now. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's much better. That's much better. How to use Google Analytics. Damn, Daryl, that's a fucking lot of things to do at the same time. And Hugo, hi, welcome on in. How are you? How was your day? How was your weekend? Yeah, they're all, I don't fucking know why the fuck thing goes off, but it does. Damn. By the way, I think, I am unsure, but I think if you type ! fuck on the chat, it does the same thing. I mean, you can try if you want to. It seems, yes, good. I wasn't sure, just added that to StreamerBot to check if it works, but yeah, it does work. So right now we have like a lot. Add a marker, so we have all the fox at the same time. So yeah, I mean, you have a ton of things going on at the same time, like supervising someone is pretty good. I mean, let me rephrase that. If you are into that, and that's something that you like and enjoy, then supervising someone, having someone who shadows you, if the person in itself is interesting, it's a great time to like be able to transfer knowledge to a new hire. I think it's pretty interesting, but that's a personal view, of course. But then if you have like jury duty at the same time, and then trying to find a flat, and then having someone who is asking question over question over question over question all day long. That's kind of tiring. So I get that. Very good. That's a lot of screen time. I'm not blaming you. I did kind of the same thing. It's yeah. This weekend was a weird experience. I watched the Wheel of Time. I started on Saturday. I finished on Sunday. The entire season, and it was weird. It's interesting. I don't know if I like it yet. That's where I am. That's interesting. It's if you, I mean, I have a story time. I think I need a scene for story time, which would be the same thing like now when I'm saying go to Mac or things like this, when the transition is happening, and it could be the same thing when I say like story time instead of just chatting. And it goes to a scene of me speaking with, like, I don't know, maybe bench. The thing that goes in my head right now is the go to Mac, the go to Mac. No, it doesn't want to. Switch scene Mac. That's better. This one. The fuck, where is it? This. Like, I am tempted by one of these, like, section thingy that looks friendly, everything. I don't know. I could buy that because it's fucking cheap. What do you mean, can I try a voice command? You can't speak for me. But yeah. So to go back to the Wheel of Time, yes, it it doesn't work. How can I say? It is pretty interesting. I have a lot of things to say. Have a nice dinner, Daryl. But yeah, I would say the Wheel of Time, without spoiling anything. I had like, first of all, I did the first 4 episodes. There is only 8 episodes in the series, or the first season. There are more bonuses, bonus episode than the entire real show episode. So I think there is like 12 bonuses, whereas there is just 8 episodes in the season 1. So that's a weird thing, first of all. But that might mean I haven't watched the bonus yet. So that's something. I did the first 4 episodes on Saturday, and then I did the last 4 yesterday. I agree with you. It is a bit difficult to watch. Also, I was planning ahead in my head. That's the thing I do. So if you do the same thing, that might be interesting for you. But when I'm watching a TV show that seems predictable, I predict in my head what will happen. And so I planned a potential like scenario for any characters of the episode as they are presented to me. And then if it goes according to my plan, it means that the writing is kind of poor because I don't have a lot of like writing skills. But also it might means that I'm pretty good in writing shitty TV shows. I don't know. Nonetheless, so I watched the thing. The first episode was pretty difficult, but then I watched the second one, and it speaks to me because it's magic stuff. So I do like that. It's a hand waving movement, always interesting to me. I don't know why. But I had a constant thing in the entire watching of the first season of that's not great, that's pretty good actually, that's not great, that's pretty good actually, that's pretty good, that's not great, that's pretty okay, that's not great, that's pretty good. So I think the entire series is mid. So mid with some interesting thing and some not very interesting thing. Just quote myself before I say something interesting and spoiling the series that will happen. But overall, I do think some of the like VFX are pretty good. Some of the like costumes are very interesting and quite detailed. I do like that. As a designer, I like to watch things that looks good. So costume department is always interesting. They have nice costume department. They have nice VFX artists, and the story in itself seems like, how can I say that? For me, it felt like they had episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the mindset of, all right, we will do one season and then it's the end. And then episode 6, they discovered that people enjoyed the thing, and they said, oh shit, we need to do some changes. And so they like rushed a teeny tiny bit of change to give us like a cliffhanger at the end on the last 2 episodes to hook us up on the season 2, and then provided like the bonus episodes that comes after to give us more content about the TV show. And I feel like after the midpoint of the first season, it started to be more about success of the TV show rather than the story in itself. So that's an interesting switch of mind. But yeah, even though we've worked on the Vi thingy. Nino, hi, welcome on in. How are you? How was your weekend? We missed you on Friday. But how was your day? But yeah, even though we worked on this one, I mean, I still haven't watched the TV show, Hugo. So it will at some point I will watch Arcane, but I'm just too lazy to watch it. Yeah, so Friday was Ace Bar. We did the designer ethics, so I was hoping with an H for you to be there, because you said you had some onions about it, but no.
Bad AOA, bad.
I'm so sad. I said something. I said on general, I said, the fuck is it? Right here. Even though I didn't add everyone, so that might be my bad. I know, sorry. I said Ace Bar on Friday about designer ethics. So yeah, I put the thing here in a big message. All right. I didn't want to put it in an announcement because it didn't feel like an announcement. It felt like just be. It just felt like me announcing something. Damn it. Yeah. All right. Oh, Kane just looked at the TikTok that I shared. Which one did you? Yeah. Nino, did you watch the TikTok that I shared as well? It was pretty good. I mean, I've been TikToking on the new trend of how can I say that? These filters that have like a scale of things, and so this one is lesbian vibes. So I have a 10 out of 10 of lesbian vibe, which is pretty good. And I do everything in my bed because I'm fucking lazy. And on the gay vibe, I have like a 4 out of 10, which is debatable. And the latest one this morning, I have like a 4% LGBT vibes, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Nonetheless, the first one was this one, which is weird as well. So it turned out to be a 10. I don't believe it. But yeah, that's just the fucking face. All over. Oh. So yeah, that's the thing that happens on TikTok, at least. I do. It's just my face on that thing doesn't look as good as it could be. Let's say that. Let's say that way. That will work for everyone. But yeah, Friday was pretty interesting. We had Tanya in the call. We had Samuel as well that came in. Kane, of course, and Khalil that came in the call. That was pretty interesting. We had Seke join in quickly at some point. So yeah, that was a pretty nice stuff overall. Yeah. Yeah, it's my bad. I should have added everyone. I'm sorry. I don't know if we have a subject for Friday. We could find a subject for Friday, of course. I don't have a raging subject going on. I have some kind of news that we can talk about in like an hour and 30 minutes ish. We'll see about that. That's giving you a bit of suspense. And yeah, I received today at work, that's a work story, my annual review, like self-review sheet. I was thinking about completing it on stream, but half of it is in French, so I don't know if it's interesting. I do wanted to like recreate it because it looks like trash, as always. look at this shit. Like, they use Excel for the annual review. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it could be way faster. Like, I don't understand that shit. Nonetheless. So yeah. Nino, by the way, were you were you here when we talked about this? I don't remember, because it was on Thursday. You were not here on Thursday either. Sorry, I'm sorry. So yeah, we cleaned up new True file a teeny tiny bit, mainly the component part, where you can see that everything is aligned and organized now, and responsive and all that. But yeah, I think, to be frank, I think for today we can potentially continue working on some of the design and aligning everything, but also because I haven't seen where Mutru is on the dev side, I don't know which design needs more work, but that's something that will need to happen at some point anyways. So I have no clue. Yep. She used this for everything, and then we have comment of Seke right here. Yeah, absolutely. We agree. This shit is pretty good looking. It's pretty simple to recreate in Figma, to be honest. The most annoying thing is this, but the rest is very, very simple. It looks like drugs. What type of drugs do you have? I don't have the same thing. That doesn't look the same. It depends. That's different shit. If you talk about this, maybe on the side, floating, I get that. What do you mean, can you share? Yes, you can share. No, so this is magnesium. Yeah, this is magnesium. And this is ashwagandha, which is different thing. I got this one, which is absolutely raging numbers, like 1,500 milligrams of ashwagandha in a pill is like 10 times more than the recommended amount. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So yeah, Kane, yes, of course, you can share a picture if you want to share either here on chat or in the Discord. We can take a look at it. Just chatting. That's the greatest thing I added to. Go to PC. It's working. It's amazing. Yeah, I get that. A question for you. Go to Mac. Go to Mac. No, still no. Switch scene, Mac. Ah, fuck off. Sorry. Does it... Do you say... I'm talking to an Alexa, yes. Kinda. Do you think it's the same because it's colorful? Because this and this have like a red, purple color thing? Or do you have another reasoning behind it? Yeah. I would say it reminded me, the thing that the first thing that it reminded me about was chat bubble, as in messenger bubbles. Because when you are in a different messenger chat, you can have different colors, and the colors, like the orange is one of the colors that I use with someone, and the green is kind of my logo color thingy, almost, not exactly. And then pink is also used for someone else. So yeah, it's I don't know which one they decided to go with, but I do want to clean. I think we will do that. To be frank, I think we will go for cleaning a teeny tiny bit, because I need to clean this right here. But I don't know which one they wanna use. But nonetheless, this needs to go. Like, this is, I'm sorry, but this is trash. These three things shouldn't be in three different lines. They should be in three different or four different stacked elements, and it didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense to me. So that would be center? Yeah, center, kinda. So this two with an auto layout frame inside. So the reasoning behind this, even though it's a bit not a good idea, but kinda a good idea, is to have a teeny tiny amount of padding all around, I think like 4, and then have this fill the container, and have the container content 288. Everything is center. If the bottom one is align left, we should align left everything. Would be better. So because of that, let's do this. Let's do 8 in between. And then what I wanted to do is add a feel to like give them a bit of how can I say that? A card feel. That way we can get rid of this radius on top. So if everything is fine, this is not a 2x1 but could be. So as always, I'll bring back my trusty, even though this is not the one that I need. I need this one. This one is better. has more sizes. This is a 16:9 aspect ratio. I think she also need some taller one, so 3:4 could be interesting, and a 2:3 in vertical could be interesting as well. The golden ratio in total could be all of that. Could be interesting. We'll put them back to here, the component view. Finch, hi, welcome on in. How are you? How was your weekend? How was your day? You know, half your cooking. What's your cooking? Oh damn, that's true. Which gig? You know, with the eyes just popped in at this weird thing. Placement. So for this one, I need Unsplash. Oh yeah, I hate that. Already. I just remember something about the Unsplash plugin. It rename. Oh yeah. It rename. Sorry. Forgot that. It rename that fucking thing, the layer with Unsplash and the URL instead of keeping the name, and that's pissing me off. Nonetheless, let's call that. Let's not call that. Let's create variants. Call that ratios, and then plug one last component. Put it inside. So that this is into my frame 16. How did I paste as field? You mean for the image? Good question. I don't know. Sorry, 16. How did I paste for the fucking image? That's a fucking good question. Did my brain forget already? Command Option C. Yeah, Command Option C or Control Alt C to copy and paste style. So for example, here I do Command Option. Oh, you can't see shit. That's the reasoning behind your questioning, and it makes sense, right? It does make sense. If I don't have keystroke in, you can't see the keys. Can you see the fucking keys? Yes, you can. Sorry. So, we reached 100 Fox. Good. 101. Damn. So, Command Option C will copy the style. If you don't want to do that, you can also just go in, select the style that you want to, or field that you want to have, and then just Command C and go here and just Command V. It will paste on top of the existing. So Command Option C or Control Alt C will copy and paste the exact same properties, meaning that this one has the image and C4 background, and then if I do Command Option V here, it pastes this with the C4, but also it gets rid of the radius on there. So something to know, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I need this to replace here, so let's master that. Master pick. Will that work? Kind of scared. Master link. Crossing fingers. Good. Seems to be good. Yeah, it's it's a real milestone. I agree. 100 Fox. So I trained I was on Nutty stream earlier last week, and on stream he decided to train his computer to understand what he's saying, and so that's why sometimes I used to have weird things that I needed to say in order for the voice activated commands to be triggered, and so I taught my Windows how I pronounce fuck, and because of that, anytime I say fox or different other things, it's kind of triggered. I think fucking work as well, not entirely sure, but yeah, it's just now it's triggering, so I'm happy with this. I have to say I am happy with it. Nonetheless, it's not what we were doing. I do. There you go. I have not an hospital, but kind of both. I have the firefighters and the police department down like 200 meters away from my flat. Almost, a bit more, but like, yeah. What do you mean I need an annoying alerts? I'm not well protected. It's French. I don't trust them. I don't have any KTJ. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't trust. What do you mean selling podcast episodes? That is a weird question. So, regarding what you asked for, right now, for example, I want to copy this fill and then paste it here. And so I just paste it on top, and then I can get rid of the bottom twos. That's cleaned up. What was the... With Clint, we used Zencaster? So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but for creating podcasts, that might be the platform that we could use for Ace Bar in the future if I decide to record them and post them later on, if anyone is, not anyone, but if everyone is okay with me like sharing their faces and their voices and everything. The way it works is pretty great. When we did the podcast with Clint, the thing that I love about it is they record each participant's voices in a separate voice channel, meaning that you end up with a lot of different files, of course, but in the end you can like adjust and make some changes in a specific voice. Like, let's say for example, Khalil was a bit lower than the other ones on Friday, and so I had to boost him on Discord. And I do think it would be way easier like this, like having all of that. And if everyone has like video, then it's a great thing. But that would mean more planning ahead. So I don't know how I would be doing this. Stage, I don't have access to Stage because I'm not a community platform yet. And also because I don't really want to be a community platform. I don't know why. Not my thing. Kane, that's a good question. Forgot that existed for 1.5 seconds. I mean, community needs to have some different things that don't happen inside. And I don't know yet what I don't want to happen in my Discord. Not being very clear on what I'm talking about, but things when you are in a community, if you want to keep the status of community Discord, I believe in here, if I like, I think it's in server settings or something, like apply for community, you need to do like a lot of things, and there are some guidelines that I need to follow that I don't want to follow. And also I believe we are too small for community now to be able to enable the community thing. That doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. Don't worry about it. It does not make sense, but it makes sense. Let me center that. 72 seems to be pretty good. And so what I will do, make them fill container. And then everything inside should be filling the container. And then everything inside, not you, should be filling the container. So that means if this is resizing, yeah. So Kane, you asked, why do I keep why are choosing specific aspect ratio for images? It is easier for any clients to have access to a specific aspect ratio. That's something I learned in my years of agency. If you give the clients the ability to put the images in any format, they will place any image that they have and then complain because they don't understand how content and image work most of the time. And so I've taken the, like, how can I say that? I'm now used to how to use. Let's add an image that has not a repeating. Maybe abstract is not the right thing. Maybe a portrait might be better. let's use Mr. I do like him. So right here, if I grow, everything stay the same. That's pretty good. But if we have like a 2x3 and I'm growing, that way the image is staying the same. Most likely, when your client is like applying their images like this, and then they want to put it into a frame like so. So if you take this as an image and apply it into a frame that is like this, in order for this specific image to fit, it will need to go like this and then center itself on the thing. That's the usual behavior, and so it end up like this, which is not what they could have had if they had like a right formatted image in the first place. So that's the reasoning behind it. Most of the time, just I've been with clients that just don't really understand how things work in images, and yeah, giving them a specific format solved like 95% of my issues with clients and images. So that's the reasoning behind it. Doesn't mean it's the greatest thing to do, but at least it works. At least it works for me. So let's duplicate this one. Let's take that, bring it up here for some reason. Let's make it bigger. Now, what needs to happen is this. Even there could potentially be at 0 with a 16 in between. If I'm 16 all around, makes no sense to be at 8. That's a better overall thing. Overall better. Yeah, I say that overall better for this. By the way, I tried to do a square like smooth cornered thing on my alerts, but it didn't work. I can't find a way of applying it. Like it's a bit pissing me off, because on the visual side on Figma you have this nicely looking new trends of smooth corner that a lot of people are using, and then in the inspector the only thing that you have is border radius 24, and so when you send that to your devs, they don't have the codes to create this radius. So I don't know if someone knows a way to achieve this that will work, because the only thing I've seen is this one, yeah, and it looks like it's just annoying to have. So I don't know how it works. It seems like a lot of work. It seems like a lot of work, and that's something that I wouldn't trigger specifically, like mask image, smooth corner. To do it, to do it in Figma, you just it's hidden, so of course it's difficult to find, but you have your, zoom in a teeny tiny bit more, you have your corner here, and in order to achieve the smoothness you need to click here to say I want independent corners, and then keep everything at the same value and click here for corner smoothing, and then change your corner smoothing value, which Apple is using 60%, which I think doesn't look enough interesting. Like the difference is still here, I can see that, but I think here is like a more visual way of applying it. Maybe 80% might be like, maybe 100 is a bit too extreme and 80% is better than 60, but I don't know, I do like 100% just because you can see that there is a change in the design compared to a regular, like let's say I take this and I put it on the regular side. I need a variant of this one next to each other so you can see. It's a teeny tiny difference, I agree, but I do feel like you can see that there is a change in the corner better than this. And also it personally, and that might be the same thing on your side, but it feels like the corner on itself is not at 24, it feels like it's like 20 something. Even though they are exactly the same value, it looks like, because of the smoothing, it looks like it's a bit of a smaller, more pointy-ish corner. So it's a way of achieving a smaller value without losing the space that you cropped already. So that's a weird thing. I don't know. So what is that? That's a feature card? Card feeder card. Just keep that. Yeah, move that there. As always, a tip for anyone, as always, that I will do when organizing a page, and that's something that I'm doing. You might not want to do the same thing, but since I am the streamer, I can say whatever I want. I would recommend you to have all of your components that you use in a specific page to the left side or the right side of said specific page for the first time that you see the component. So the way I organize things on my Figma file are very simple. I have my screens, and on the left side I have a stack, or like a place where I drop every component used for this specific feature. Meaning that, for example, in here, because it's the first time that we are seeing the post and the ratios and everything, I would have in my specific file all of my components stacked here to the left side. And the reasoning behind it is, for dev who doesn't really understand Figma, they will arrive here, and this specific component has some hidden elements that right now you can't fucking see, but there are some text on top that I got rid of, and something in between these two things. Nonetheless, a dev wouldn't be able to notice the difference right away, and if they have like the base components as presented on the left side, saying in this page we are using for the first time this, and this component that are new, they are constructed this way, that will help them. And so that's the thing that I tried to do for a long time, and then gave up because some of my dev didn't follow the thing. I mean, some of my dev didn't even open the Figma file at some point, so But other than that, let me unzoom a tiny bit. Let's see if I can find one place where you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we had this for an ID, which is just a frame on the left side where you have the components you will need, and we said refer to style guide for all the things that are the regular components, a button, input color, and everything else. But the newest component that you haven't seen before are the logo, the header, and the side navigation. And that's the first thing, that the first time you see this on this specific file. And then you change from to the next page, and you have the same thing because it's the same features. And then here you arrive on something that is kind of new. So for the first time you will see this entire field of reflection, and there's 2 cards for brands. And so it do be reducing a teeny tiny bit of conversation because they have access, I mean, they have direct access to the component they will need specifically on the page, but because they stopped using the Figma file, to be frank, I kind of stopped as well. But yeah, I mean, we had some interesting things organized and placed for them, but at some point, that's also a thing that is important to know. At some point in the communication with the devs, specifically on my side, because our products are the same for the past 6.5 years, kinda, they are the same product, but we just make them evolve. They don't really need to go back to the style guide or go back to specific documentation because most of them know. But this is important for the new devs and the new designers, that way they know where the things are. But yeah, but I mean, it do be reducing a teeny tiny bit of conversation because that way they don't need to ask me. I mean, they shouldn't need to ask me where they can find said components. But yeah, that's a derail again, specifically for this. Yeah, you could place the thing that you use next to the frame that you used it for the first time. That's just helpful for anyone who's trying to have like the same thing pop in their phone. That feels like that feels like a CK work right here, which I don't want to brag, but this is not named layer. So, right? If you're here, I can see you. I can see you not naming your things. There is only frames. It's weird. It feels like they decided to work on some stuff, but not all, not everything. So I will bump that teeny tiny bit, like I said. Another version. Yeah, that's better. That's such a muted colors. I don't know. I don't know. I see so much stuff. You have no idea. You have no idea the things that I can see. Oh. A tip again for people here. When you're clicking on an element and you have the dash line, that means these are anchors, mainly from the constraints, and so this element is constrained from the top and the left. If I switch to bottom, you can see that the dash line is going to the bottom. So for this specific element, I need it to be top left. So yeah, please tell me, Kane, what do you need? What do you need? What do you mean you can finally clip? Oh, because you are like on on the PC. Kane, why? 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 Interesting, it didn't used to work before. That's an interesting thing. So the B is 23.9 and the P is 23.9. They are the exact same thing. The only difference is one of them has been rotated. What do you mean, nope? Both 23.9. 23.9. I mean, 17.13, 23.9. 17.13, 23.9. What you mean? What you mean, nope? They are exactly the same. The only difference is this one needs to be flipped vertically. Now they are exactly at the same place. So if, for example, I were to sweep that with like a bright red, and place it behind, we can see it has a teeny tiny bit of growing here and a teeny tiny bit of growing here, but top is identical and bottom is not even showing. And then here we have, you know what, I might see a pixel. But yeah. But I have to say, in this one, there are weird things that happen. And yes, the P here was smaller than the B here. So, yeah. Yeah, it was a TikTok thing, but it didn't. Actually didn't work. The way that they created it doesn't work. And I am well placed. Damn. To talk about that effect. That's the thing that I use most of the time. They should have used that effect. Would have been way easier. I mean, to create color at least. But it's not plagiar. No. They had weird thing. I mean, still, even though Blip is a weird name, the previous logo was pretty interesting as well. To not mention anything at all. This is an interesting one. I won't say anything else. This is a yeah, but that was the point. I mean, that was the point in the beginning. I believe they changed a bit of their views on the thing that they want to do, and so now when they say that it's a crypto-baked creator platform, they don't mean it's a creator-based OnlyFans competitor. Just say it's a creator platform. Did I just? Oh damn! Damn! That's a neat one. Let me do that. Do this. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting logo, right? I had to install a font specifically for that logo to be shown. So yeah, interesting. We should have in the component sides, I believe it would be interesting to have a header as well for the header. That makes sense, my dude. So I will duplicate this one. Seems to be whichever, to be honest, works. But before that, I need to select or choose the name for it. So it would be not logged in, probably. That would be not logged in, being logged out. That's the term we use. So I will probably rename that logged out. And add a property is logged out. It's logged out to false, which, you know what? I think is logged in make more sense. Is it logged in, yes or no? Other than logged out. Logged out isn't a negative way of saying the same thing, but if I duplicate that and I say logged in is false right here, I then should be able to get rid of this and that, which, as you can see, they are not fucking aligned again. I don't understand how they decided this. So you two 64, where the rest of us are at 48 for some reason, and it's the same thing on the other side, 48. So damn. And so they have currently a dual logo at the top. This and this. And so you content inside indigo 500. So now what I can do, get rid of this, add this on top, make sure that it's resizing properly, and ta-da! We now have a header that can be used everywhere. So let's apply that. In all places. And here on this one is where I need to do some adjustment. Because on this one we don't want to see the background. And what do you mean you have a doubt? Yeah, as you should. What is your doubt? So, why 0 to 100? That's a good question. I name my color from 10 to 90, which is similar to 0 to 900, but I just got rid of 10 because I never go to 1000 and I never go to 0 because 0 is white, or I mean, in this specific design language, 0 is white. The 0 from 900 comes, or the 0 to 1000 comes from the material design guidelines, where they have all the shades and tints of the color that you want in 10 variation. And so a lot of people are using 0 to 1000 to work, where in reality 0 to 100 would work as well. You just get rid of 10 and it makes sense. It's just, it feels, I don't know why they decided that, but it feels like more viability in the middle, which I don't understand, and I don't believe it's a good thing. But like, for example, for me, this is too many, kinda too many. Like, you could get rid of some of them and that would work better, but I mean, can I do that? Let's do red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's good. So if we do the entire, I forgot one, I believe, would be short by 1, or did I do 1 too many? No, I was good. Okay, so this is 100, and by the way, that is way too big. So this is 100. The reasoning behind it is, if you go to something lighter, here you end up with white, and here, usually when you go to 1000, you end up with black. But currently, if you go to the next step, you would go around here, so you have 1000, and then 1100, which would be around, I would say around here, and potentially 1200, which would be like black, 000. So they stop here and here. So the 0 to 900 correspond a teeny tiny bit to the amount of lightness, I think, that goes into the color. And so that's why there is the numbers that goes with it. But the reality is the differences in between all of these tints and shades are not really perceivable by the user. So the difference, that's why I'm doing a very specific set of values. I usually go for 10 or 100, 20. I skip 30 and 40 because I do believe they are not good enough. Like this one is too close to 500 and this one is too close to 200. So I get rid of this too. I keep the 500, which here is a bit too dull, but that's on the on this project. Then the 600 goes away, 700 goes away, and 800, sometimes I keep it, sometimes I don't keep it. But right here for this red, I would potentially keep it. And then I keep the one that I call my 90. And so here is what I end up with compared to this. So it's a very teeny tiny amount of colors, but you rarely need all the variation in between, because what happens most of the time, and to be honest, this one I would probably do that. Sometimes I don't use that, but you end up with this color on top of this one and this color on top of this one, and then in the middle is when you need like a full blast color range that's screaming something, which the 600 seems better right here. So I would just darken everything, and that depends on a lot of different things, but when I select my color, I usually do the 900, the first 10, and then I skip the one that I think are not visible enough and keep the one that I think are good. And sometimes, for example, this red is a bit too white, so I would dull it down a bit, which is right in between of these two. So usually, yes, usually the number is valued with brightness or I don't know. That's a good thing. Do you want a fry? Can give you a fry. So there is not really. That's the thing. It's there are a lot of things that I need to tell you then. So it goes for brightness, but it's also the other way. As always, I'm speaking with my hand, but I'm a fry box, so you can't see that. There are different things, and right now you can see me again. Damn. The usual behavior is this. And it's not quite right, but it is kind of right. Please do. Please do. The fuck? Ah, you dare. I am surprised with this overlay at all times. We'll see if it's his. Maybe it's not. It's not from him. Maybe it's like Mew not having created the thing. But okay, let me go with you right there. This is my 500, currently 600, but we don't care about that. Usually, that's a reasoning behind why 900 and everything. Usually, 90% opacity, 80% opacity, 70% opacity, you get the idea. 60% opacity and then 50% opacity are kinda like visually or should correspond to something close. Like it, I know they don't exactly, but they should. This one should be around here. And so, Smartass, hi! And Julie.
Julia Strater raided my stream with 117 viewers.
I was surprised. Smartass, you spoke before the raid, but welcome on in. Welcome on in. Just chatting? It does work. Welcome on in. So, thank you, Julie, for the raid, as always. Appreciate each and every one of you. This is a fucking big raid. Oh, damn. I am a small streamer. I'm not used to that. My computer doesn't work.
KKKKKSSSDC Eden is now following.
Thank you for following, as always. I will be trouble for the next 5 minutes because I don't know what to do. It's Monday. I forgot how to
Grimborn
stream.
Wolf is now following.
And Brian will just fuck with me. But I'm AOA, or just A. I'm a designer. Today currently we're talking about color theory. I'm saying fuck a lot, so we will see that. And yeah, welcome on in. Who did that? Who did that? Pew pew. Hi. I can't keep up with chat. You know me. But yeah. Thanks. Thanks a lot for
Mr. Pew Pew Laser is now following.
Passive as well. I can see you. I can see all the names that I know.
Dutchy01 is now following.
Dutchy, hi. How was your stream yesterday? I've seen you pop in, Dutchy, as well. So yeah, kind of talking about colors and how the things are made, but the real reason behind it is we are working on cleaning up a design file from another streamer. And someone turned me into a potato from time to time. That happened. Thank you again for the bits. Passive, appreciate it. You are one of the first that is using the bits. So we are working on a project.
Maximule is now following.
Thank you for following as well. NANI? Damn. Too many. Blip is an OnlyFans like competitor based on the blockchain that Mewtwo is working on, and so you have the information on this. Passive just discovered the bits on my side. I don't have a lot of them, but thank you for using them. And thank you for using the Giphy. How do you pronounce it? While you're here, how do you pronounce that? Is it Giphy or Jiffy? I know how they pronounce it on their side, but exactly, it's it's Jiffy, right? They say Jiffy, but on a lot of people are saying it's GIF because of graphical, and then a lot of people at Jiffy are telling like the CEO of Jiffy is telling everyone they are calling themselves Jiffy. So yeah, we don't really know who did that. KDJ, right in the middle of things, when there is a raid, you decide to take off my wig. Really? Damn. Not good. That's how things are from time to time in here. From time to time. But yeah, other than that, I'm a designer, so I'm working on UI most of the time. And for anyone who stayed or are still here, Aiden is not back or hasn't been unlurking. I'm. Where the fuck am I? Just chatting. It will be pretty good at some point. I mean, at some point I will lose everything. That's the truth. That's just will happen. But first of all, the filter is amazing. I have to say that the accuracy of this filter, being able to like kind of recreate the chair behind me and my wall and everything, and like recreate, even though it's a bit weird, but like recreate my fingers, and the filter is amazing. But it doesn't. I'm still like getting used to it, and so at some point I will be like that. Probably will keep the beard. Probably. But for now, I still have. I keep them. Switch scene, Mac. And yeah, it's so usually working on Joni scene, working on UI design and website and apps, all of that. My goal is to just help any designer who needs help. And that's the whole sentence. I do be a potato when there is a raid. Julie, again, thanks a lot for the raid. I didn't see your name in chat, Julie, earlier. Kinda. Yes, you did. You asked how I was doing. Sorry, I missed your message. I'm doing good. How did you decide on me today? I mean, I'm not complaining, just surprised. I'm tiny. I'm a tiny streamer. I'm a tiny potato streamer. And SDF, yes. Great doctor, Johnny Scenes. Yes. Great. Pretty effective. It turns out that he can cure anything with a magic wand. Almost said a magic wonk, but it could have been. That's not the case. I can see some gifs flowing. I don't know where they are coming from, but yeah. Thanks a lot for everyone who followed. I can't keep up with everyone. Grimborn, KKK, not the greatest. Case Descendant, Pupu Laser, Dutchy, Max Samuel. Thank you all for the follows. I appreciate it. What did I say? Not knowing what I'm doing for the next 45 minutes. That is for sure. In the raid, does anyone is a designer, visual designer, or not visual designer? Made a mistake right there. Or developer. I know we have a lot of 3D artists in Julie streams. By the way, I mean I should do that. Should have done that before, but Julie is doing some amazing shit. That's if you are not following Julie, just from my community, because all the people that are still here are from Julie, of course, so they are already following, but they are creating some magnificent 3D work, and even though this one is from a long time ago, she's currently working on some working game in Unity in record times. I think you're on your third or second one game creating in Unity, where she didn't know Unity last year. That's pretty good. And yeah, that's her representation of herself, I think, skating. And because my internet is a potato, it doesn't work. I'm a bit sad right now because it should work. Damn, why? And we have a like by Seke right here, which is pretty, a stamp of authenticity. But yeah, amazing 3D artist that I spend days watching. That's Ramona, but it's kind of like her. I would say if Julie decided to bleach her hair blue and pink, we would like, isn't it? But yeah, it was, if I remember correctly, I was in some of the beginning of this series. This was her first character rigging or character animation. First 3D character, indeed. But yeah, I do love everything, like the texture and all the things that happen, the progress as well, from the old days of traditional. This is a great traditional work, right? Like, damn. And to be fair and frank, it really inspired me to start Blender. And so I started to learn Blender mainly because I started watching Julie's streams. So yeah. And you need to post. I don't think you're still here, Julie, but if you are lurking, you kind of need to post your 10K place square. I don't remember how you called it, but it needs to happen. See, if you don't follow, please do. Go there, follow them, and then watch everything they do. It's amazing, and their stream is great as well. I mean, not said like this, it sounds like it wasn't before, but no. It is great. I have nothing to say about the stream other than it's great. So currently I'm applying a thing called auto layout to all of my components block in order to have the then ability to resize everything properly. It's the main reasoning behind that. We said 120. If I do 88, it's not enough. 128 might work. 128 might work. So this one needs to be filling the container. And then you plus not you. You know what? This one, yes. Interesting. Nothing is aligned in this file. So, for context, for anyone who didn't listen when I gave context earlier, this specific file has been created by a dev who doesn't really know how to work with Figma, Figma being this design software, and so I'm just giving them a bit of help organizing and making sure that everything is working properly. That's the main goal for me. It's just cleaning up in order for then having the ability to say things like this, being able to resize your website. For example, the main center area works, but the top and bottom doesn't yet. That's just the main behavior that we want on this thing. Let's move the fill container on this. This needs to stay centered. Then we have this, which should be similar views. Let's fill the container on this one and then add this again. Fill container as well. That's the thing I say the most during the streams, fill container, which makes sense. Oh yeah, it's not about ID. Why are you like this? Because of you? Or because of you? Oh, because of you, okay. Oh yeah, it makes sense. So we have decimals right here because this has a ratio, and because it has a ratio, like a 16:9 ratio, we end up with decimals, which I don't like, but meh. What can you do? What can you do? And so the entire thing is pretty good, and then what I will do is not to lay out on everything here, add 170, 128 on both sides. You know what? 128 on both sides. And then this fill container. Then the entire thing should be at 24 in between everything. And the bottom side here, fill container as well. And this one should be filling the container as well, but before I do that, switch that. So that means if I duplicate this, we now have a fully fledged, kind of working, responsive-ish thing. The annoying part being the top section the image doesn't rescale. So because I can't do that yet. But if we go to a larger screen, you can see how things will behave, and that's what we want. That is what we want. We might want to do something about this one. But the bottom part is working. We have layout that works, even though it's not aligned with the grid. Don't really care about it. Not on this. There's too much. Background things. Let's move that to, you know what? Let's move that to 32 everywhere. That way it's better. Let's add a radius of 32. That way it's just a card at the bottom of the page. Everything is at 24, so let's keep 24 for consistency's sake. Oh, damn. Okay, this one was pretty good. This one was pretty good. Let's put that 16 on this. Let's take this to 400 in width. That sounds like the music of Apex Legends, which I pronounce Frenchly. Oh yeah, if anyone is still here from the raid, I am French, meaning that from time to time I have some words that go through that are not really English speaking. So don't mind them, they are friendly. But if you don't understand what I said, feel free to ask me what I said in a non-French sound. That feels pretty good. Feels pretty okay. This needs to be here, this needs to be here, and all of them needs to be filling the container. You should be filling the container. And then we can add something like 120 on each side to bring it to the center a bit more, maybe 160. By doing so, we end up with... So I duplicate my frame and put them on the side so I don't mess with the original one. But that way I end up with a flexible-ish with everything. It's pretty good. Just this shit fucking everything, but that's fine. Ah, 111. That is a milestone as well. You know, if you count the milestone, this one was another one. This is more interesting as a frame. This is more interesting than what I did above, but it's the same shite. So let's drop that in, get rid of this, make sure that this is filling the container. right? This as well. And then fill set container. That needs to be filling the container as well. That's the thing that we say. Even then, here it's pretty good. Even I do understand why they wanted to have 3 lines, but you might from time to time not end up with 3 lines, so we might keep that as a change, but we can keep a 160
Air1al___ is now following.
Ariel, thank you for following. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. How are you? How was your day? How was your weekend? Question being, usually being, how did you find the stream? Maybe you came with the raid. That feels almost right. It's like I am pretty good. I am pretty good. It's not too late. Late, but not too late. And it's going pretty good. Pretty well. Let's swap this to get rid of that. Oh, interesting. Many is hosting me. How kind of them. How kind. I appreciate that. Yeah, I will not touch the things from Seke. That doesn't make sense. I believe, yes, I believe they have been made in 3D, but I think it's pretty simple to recreate in Figma. Are you, by the way, are you a designer as well? Kane, what is your question? Alright. Let me show you. So, let's say you have a selection of things. We go back to the usual. When you select them, you have the ability to organize them. If you organize them, you end up with the teeny tiny pink circle and pink line. Pink line meaning that you can change the spacing in between the elements, and circle mean that you can replace in different elements or different place on the row. So that's how things work. But let's say you have a second and a third row of things. If you do that, you will have the same with the grid alignment. When you do this, you end up with the same values and options to change vertically and horizontally. And then, depending on how the whole design looks, Figma interprets things differently. Then you can move from row to row, but then you lose the columns for some reason. And I believe if it is, if I have more vertical than horizontal, I will lose the vertical alignment. And if I have more horizontal than vertical, then I lose the horizontal alignment, which is a bit weird. But yeah, that's the way that we do that. For example, it's very useful when you need to reorganize cards on a page that are not in auto layout and that you don't need or don't want an auto layout for. So for example, let's say you would like to have a fourth row under. It doesn't work. So you would need to do that, align everything, and then from here Sorry. From here, you can then realign and reorganize things. But you need at least one of the columns or rows in order to reorganize things. That's how you swap without auto layout. Okay, did that answer your question? That's it. Ariel, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name right, but I think I do. Ariel, that's a good thing that you try or you want to do some dev on the side. I do think we kind of need more design devs soon, just because as designers we don't have the skills. I mean, we don't have the skill. Usually, we don't have the skills to understand how dev work, and so getting in and getting your your brain tested on how dev work is a great thing for your next projects and everything that you want to do in the future. I do like the stars, but I don't like the way that they are all the same fucking color. Ah, 112. The more I think about it, see, the number is 112 so far. I am thinking about creating a monthly reset of this because of how well now the mic is picking up the fox that I'm giving. So I would say it would be interesting to see how many fox I can give in a month compared to now being just on a teeny tiny amount of not a teeny tiny amount, but like on a longer amount of days currently. Nonetheless, I need to work on this variant here. That's the thing we talked about. All of that, even though Mew told me that they already worked on that and they already had devved the thing that they decided on, but because I don't know which one they decided on, I'm kind of stuck. I don't want to change anything. Exactly. It's one of my proudest moments when I started in an agency a long time ago, where one of my resident dev is happiest when he was working with me compared to the other designers, because he knew that everything that I will do would be kind of dev ready in everything that I will design, and if I had doubts I would go with them to make sure that the thing that I was designing was feasible in the amount of time that we had, and that was a pretty good time overall. For me and for them, I think. Still, I'm biased there, but yeah. How much do we have here? Oh, damn. Let's put 8 on all of that. Right? Just so we can have a bit of spacing here. And then this, if I remember correctly, this should be at 16, giving us 16 all the way. And then this is weird, but that's makes sense for them at least. All of that, instead of being like so, should have been a specific component. So we'll master create right here, place that there, and then create variants out of this. So this would be it. It's a good question, new button. It shouldn't be a new button, but because it's a page selector, it's not really a button in a way. So we can change some of the things. So that's the default, being active. That would be default. And for anyone who is here and who know me, the only thing that I will name properly are the properties of variants. All the rest of the things, I don't fucking care. It's it doesn't work. Side menu pages, like component and component variants, are the only thing I name. The content of them, I don't care. But yeah, the rest of it, I do need personally to have like them named properly, otherwise it's fucked. Yeah, it's weird. I want this to be on hover right here, and the hover effect will have this at 10%. Can that work? So this and that. I'm not sure about this one. I don't want to get rid of it, but I kind of want to get rid of it, so I don't know. It's always the same thing. I don't anymore. I used to for 5 years, almost, a bit less, in 2 different agencies, and then I moved to a startup with different products, and so that give me more freedom of creativity and more thinking in products, which is, I believe, more interesting for designers. But I would always say, if you have the ability to start your design journey in agency, do that, because you will learn way more in an agency than in a startup, and you will learn way more in a startup than in a big company. I mean, let me rephrase that, not way more, just faster, because you don't have any choice. Like you need to be faster in order to achieve the thing that you need to do. So yeah, that's the main thing for me. If I choose just here, right? Okay. Let's change that. Let's change that. Let's duplicate it. So we have a trace. Let's unlink it. Command Option B or Control Alt B to unlink a component. And then we have messages, creator, not Kratos, creators, and messages, because they didn't have any other ID. Suggestion? No. Following? No. Following? Following. I don't know if it's a good idea, but yeah. Do you work in an agency, Ariel? or nah. Yeah, like Kratos and Thanos cousins. Yes. Do we have the icons? We do not. The fuck? What do you mean I don't have access to this file? I do have access to this file right there. Damn it. Are you a new designer? Hugo, do you know Kratos? From Gods of War? I think it's God of War. I think it's with a K as well. Kratos. Damn, I can't change the... If I can't change the icons, I'm kind of fucked. Damn, forgot about this. Oh. Oh, this logo is annoying. Yeah. It's creators? Really? Because on my side it's a K. Not a create. But I get the idea. Yes. I understand you were making a pun on what I was doing here. Which... Oh, the fuck is this? Again, I hate this trackpad thingy. It doesn't work half the time. Sorry. Bashing Apple from time to time. I have the rights. Oh, so it's creators on your side. Interesting. I think it has been translated as well on my side, but oh damn. It's the 200s. And then the grey should be replaced by the white, and the white should be replaced by the white, and then this should be weird. You think it's I mean, for a game, I'm not against it, but I agree. It makes sense to translate a name when the name is not pronounceable in the language in which you are living, using. So, like, there are some pronunciations that are difficult for certain language, and in which case I do understand the translation of yeah. Gryffindor. Yeah. It makes sense. Kinda. Am I currently doing the transition effect because I can? Yes, I do. Yes, I am. Is it a good idea? No. No, it's not. Why are you doing it? Just yes, because I can. Because I want to see how it looks, if it looks, because I don't know if it looks. Maybe it doesn't look. For example, Gryffindor, we French pronounce it differently, but still used Gryffindor. Almost. I mean, not really. It's okay. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? And yes, if you're laughing because we're working on Blip, I know. You're not. You're laughing because of something different. Is it you? I want to know now. I need to know. Is... What the fuck was that? Beau bâton? Beau bâton. B-O bâton. But beau bâton is weird. So, we were debating on who created the landing pages, and then we arrived on this one, and we were like, that looks like a Seke work. That makes sense. And then I clicked on shit, and I found that everything was like me, and so I uploaded, enjoyed, and then Nino decided to clip it. But yeah, I've been doing some cleanup on the file. If you know that, if you don't know, you can reclip the thing if you want. Something we do from time to time. By the way, Seke, do you have some information that I don't have, probably, on what are the things that Muture is going for? Because I don't have. The only thing that I know is the Figma file is fucked up, and I'm just cleaning it up, like making sure that everything is working and auto layout it correctly, like here, for example, making sure that everything can flex at least the minimum. I think you did similar things, but it's not exactly the same way. This one better? No, it's not. So yeah, cleaning up everything, making sure that everything has a ratio of images, things like that. I need to work on this one, even though I'm not entirely sure where and how. I think I would need to change one of these into something different to have the different ratio, because we created the format as well. So for example, let's duplicate that just to showcase stuff. No, just images, and then we just keep one image in the middle, and we change the ratio to a golden ratio, for example, which is not a 1:1, but still works. That could be a thing, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't, because she streamed at hours that are not my hours, it's fucked up. And it's fucked up, it's not fucked up, but it's like not the greatest. And yeah, oh, by the way, since you are here, I did a thing that you might find interesting, but look at my hands. Now if I say just chatting, I switch scene. Isn't that amazing? I became nutty. I can change scene most of the time. Just by speaking, like go to PC. Sometimes it works. Switch scene PC. Isn't that amazing? Switch scene Mac. Yeah, streamer bot, of course. I mean, that's how as well I can have the technically that triggers on chat and have the flash on the on stream, which works as well every time I say fuck or fucking or fox. It's just do that because you haven't seen. Yeah, because you haven't seen, I added some transition with the BRB screen and all of that. So if I say go to BRB, it doesn't work. But look at this transition. If I were to change from BRB to like ending the stream, for example, it's so tiny. It's a teeny tiny differences in change of stuff. I do like that. I don't know. Just enjoyed how everything can be achieved with the transition. It took me a bit of time to understand how everything worked, but yeah, I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. I really think that the best. The thing that I prefer, like the most, is the just chatting, just by voice, being able to just say that and have the entire thing switch. That's just amazing. But yeah, the go-to Mac doesn't really work. And now it's working. Yeah, well, fine. It's not hard. It's hard for a Frenchman who doesn't know how to speak English properly. But it's not that hard. The only thing that you kind of need to do is making sure that your computer is understanding you properly, and then, go to PC. The only thing that you need, The only thing that you need on StreamerBot is in the voice control, you add a new command, like let's say, I don't have a go to ending. So you type the name of your not redemption, but like text thing, then you add the command on text, so go to ending, and then I want it to be anywhere in a sentence, so if I say the thing in the middle of something, it will still work, and then I bind it one of my actions, and so my action would be my ending actions. Sadly you can't see much, but that's what I will say, and then I say okay, and now it should probably work. So if I say go to ending, it switched to the ending scene, go to PC, or switch scene PC. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Go to PC. Oh, it doesn't. Go to PC. Yeah, sad. See, sometimes, because I'm a fucking French person, it doesn't work. But then you have the log, and so I can see like what I said and why I didn't understand what I said. So go to Mac, I can see that in the entire thing, it understood go to Mac at the end, which is good, but the go to PC, and now it works. I don't know. Denny, hi. Welcome on in. How are you? Go to Mac. Go to Mac. Yeah, that's like right now it understood go to back, which no. Switch scene Mac. Now it's working. That damn thing. Huh. So yeah, it's the fuck commands works amazingly. I mean, not amazingly, but it works pretty good. But still, it's the same thing. Like my because of the way I speak, fuck is not a word that they understand, like Windows understand. And I needed to train Windows in order to have the fox works. It's pretty good. So Denny, how are you? How was your day? How was your weekend? How was you? All the questions. Did you have the stream on Wednesday, right? It's okay. Yeah. No stream tomorrow? Oh, there were a lot of changes here. Interesting. I didn't see them. Damn. Sad. Yeah. By the way, the windows in your new flat. Great. Great. Like, you have such a big ass view. Kinda jealous. Kinda jealous. But then you will need blinds in order for the neighborhood to not spy on you. Walking naked in the flat. You know, the usual thing. And, oh yeah. I mean, I've been... I'll show you that, but... I've been... Oh yeah, but they can peep in from below, which would be weird. Do I have one? Yeah, I have like a... How can I say that? You cut your phone off of your live? That's interesting. And you have Philips Hue. Then you need to use Lumia. If you don't know, Lumia is pretty good. What do you mean you couldn't? just install Lumia Stream. I could with my lights, so you should be able to with Philips Hue. Would be way better. Oh no, couldn't cut your phone out of your life. Yes. I get that. It's better, but yeah, Lumia is amazing. It's just fucked up for my lights because they are not. The thing that I'm using when you're looking at them is they change color and they cycle from one color to another in a smooth cycle that is giving you some interactiveness in the background, and so that's great. But Lumia just allows me to have the static color, and it just switches from one color to another, and it doesn't do the smooth transition. So I could potentially, if it was like a very static color, I could, but it's not what I want. But just use that because that's amazing. If you have the ability. But going back to the flat thing, I have This Japanese channel, which is, I mean, I have plenty of Japanese channel which are doing some apartment reviews in Japan, and so every time that I'm seeing a flat, I'm like, I should, I would live there with no issues, and because I love how Japanese flats are like created. I don't know, just love everything they do. And they had like, this one was a fucking crazy one, where it looks weird, and then it looks weirder and better, and the more the video continues, it's like, damn. And because, of course, because I'm looking for a flat, for yes, there were stairs, because I'm looking for a flat in Japan, I am like looking at this and thinking, you know what, that's a great room for stream, for example. That's a great offshore, like a bit outside of the flat room for streaming and things like this. And so yeah, it's I don't know. But yeah, I don't know where they are placed. But I do love all of their things. So yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, for you, probably. It depends. So to be clear, it's currently 5:40 in the morning in Japan, meaning that in an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours, I would start streaming if I do morning streams. If I do night streams, like I'm doing now, it means I would stream in 12 hours. So it would be a different time. So for a lot of the community, the current community, that would be a bit difficult. I think the hours that I would need to have. It's IRL stream. I don't know if I can, but it could be a thing. And so the reasoning behind me saying this in terms of timing is mainly because my partner is waking up at 5:45 to go out of the house at 6:45 to 7 something, meaning that after she left, I would be able to like start the stream and do everything. So morning stream is an easier thing. Also, because the morning, if I'm still working at my French company, nope, you go, no. Because if I'm still working at my French company, because they are waking up at around 3 in the afternoon Japan time, I would have the ability to like stream in the morning until like midday, and then work for the French company until like 8 in the evening, and that would be the 8 hours that I kind of need. So that could be a thing, but I don't know. I don't know yet. No news for the Japan design, by the way. Nino, are you still here? Yes, you are. I've seen your name less than 2 minutes ago. So, it's probably 1 second, please. Check that first. Just making sure of some teeny tiny thing. Don't worry about it. Moshi, not mushi. Mushi is insect, most likely flying insect, but mushi is insect. Moshi, like mochi, but with SHI. Mo. Moshi. Yes. And then mochi is the deadliest food on the planet. My partner told me that earlier today. She was like, did you know that mochi is killing the most people every year? And it has like a Guinness World Record page for it. Like it's... I was surprised. So... Yeah, she told me like last year 200 people died because of mochi. Just because they ate it and then it was too big and then they couldn't breathe and they died. Damn. 4 days of food poisoning, that's not great. Yeah, that's what it says. So, yeah, maybe I will refrain from eating it. But what they say as well is like, for older-ish people and child, like, if you are too young, if your children are too young, don't give them mochi unless it's like in a small portion. And if you are too old, be sure that you can handle it. Otherwise, you probably will die. So that's fun stuff. And I thought it was like the... Damn. The fish, I forgot which, the fish that if you don't cook it properly, you end up dying because there is no cure for it. I think it's fugu or sugu, I forgot, I always forgot. But yeah, that's a thing that also could happen. And you missed it again, you missed the action. I'm messing with you. I am messing with you. It's not true. You didn't miss the action at all. What's happening is my fucking trackpad is killing me and it doesn't register the pinch to zoom. So yeah, we were talking about flats in Japan, and Seke asked if I... No, not Seke, sorry. Hugo? You reread everything. Denny then he asked if I had some news about the Japanese visa, and I wanted to say something, and then we're not here, so I wanted to wait a teeny tiny bit. So this morning I had a call with someone in Japan. So the time zones, let me go back here, that would be way better. So yeah, this morning I had a call with a company in Japan that is in hiring, like a talent agency, meaning that it wasn't a job opportunity, it was just they create a profile for me, and then if they find an opportunity for me, they will send it my way first, which I have never had any success with this kind of things, but we will see. So there has been this call this morning that went pretty well in creating of my profile, and so in the next few days I will have another call, another email communication with some other employees of this company. And so if that works, my expecting salary and the thing that I want to do in Japan, all of that should be pretty easy to accept. And if that works, and then they find a company, I would potentially have an easier time to travel back there. So that's the thing. But the downside is, if I leave my French company, I'm not paid in euro and I would be paid in yen, which is a positive, but that means I need a salary in yen that is pretty high for a Japanese person. So to compensate with the rate of exchange and everything. So that's a good thing being in Japan, for bad thing being I need to be paid much more. and yeah, that is kind of the news. So I hope it works as well. I hope they find something that seems interesting, that they feel like someone who is not entirely from Japan could work at. And the story behind how I found this specific company, and I do enjoy the kind of story behind, is I found their profile on TikTok, and from there I said it's an interesting Japanese company with a lot of outsiders in the company. And I said to myself, you know what, let's check what they do. And it turns out that what they do is kind of what I needed at the time. So good surprise, pretty good surprise. But I don't know how it will turn out. But yeah, nonetheless, a lot of different things could happen. We are still waiting for this fucking website to update itself and for them to give us some news. But they have this new tag since before December 24th, 23rd, 2000 last year, yes. So the new thing is not new anymore. And then, as I said last time, the update 5 days ago, is just they changed the date on the top side of the page, which it's not an update. But still, annoying to see that there is no news and no progress. A partner told me that on their side, they are currently, like the government in Japan is currently speaking about state of emergency, going back into action soon-ish. So it's like another thing that will postpone another thing again. So it's annoying. But yeah, I can't do anything about it. So yeah, that's what I would say. So that was the teeny tiny news. Tiny news. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know if they are closed or not. I don't think they are. And I mean, I don't want to sound like a foreigner who doesn't know what he is talking about, but I feel like the onsen, so the public bath in Japan, are in the mind of everybody there is linked to health, and because you are bathing in a specific type of water that is volcanic water, it has some property, healing property and things like this. And I would say it, even though it is weird at this exact time to be taking a bath with strangers just because you can, I don't think it will die out soon. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that the onsen will die. But it could. Yeah, you don't say anything otherwise, but it could. Sorry, a weird thing happened right there. But yeah, I do feel like it is still associated with health, in which case people will continue to do that. You should be left and right, and I want to test you just to see. That didn't work as expected. Yeah. I don't know if I like that, but it works. Right? Like, I don't think it's a great idea to have the entire content like zoom in like this as much as I made it. But if you're on the tablet, for example, and you're in portrait, like landscape, sorry, then you see more stuff. And then if you are on a big ass website, you see less stuff. To go back to one of our conversations from last week, one of the features that I wish Auto Layout 3.0 brings is min width and max width, and having the responsiveness in the middle of this to min and max would be amazing. Like, just giving us so much flexibility. But yeah, if you have a screen that is like this, I don't think you'd look at your pictures that wide. So you will probably end up here, which is pretty good. Pretty good fit. And let's say you have this one that is just one, it's pretty good as well. And if it was for some reason a 2x3, yeah, 2x3 will just fuck up everything. 2x3 will be good for mobile, but same thing here. I do believe like tablet should kind of get rid of this, or have them in a block here, and then this input as well should go away on tablet, giving you more like actionable things, and this sidebar should like go down on mobile, probably. Yeah, it seems pretty good. It seems pretty good. I do want to organize this, but we have it here plus here. This is the same thing that we've seen here. So what I'm thinking about is to create a variant out of this one. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, but just apply all the things that I just seen next to it. So this taking over this, so that we have everything, and then that's the same as here, that's here, and then what we need is this and this right there. So by doing this, we have a base, and then what I can do, not sure if it's a good idea, but I will do it anyway, is using Merge It, which is the plugin that I recommend everyone to have. And by the way, my screen turned yellow, sorry about that. Merge It will give you the ability to say, I want this one to replace the instance of this one. What do you mean, damn? What I do? You can't. Don't tease us, please. Let's pick that. And let's go cry about it now. Oh damn. This entire thing. True. Is it a good idea? It's not. Do I care? Not really. Damn, I did care. If they say no, you need to respect that. Not try to get anything. That's weird, but it works, kinda. The thing is with the cover image, like if the cover image didn't have stuff like this, it would be an interesting way. 24, 24, 49. Damn! In between seems pretty accurate. Why the fuck? Like, I don't see the changes and everything is called the same way. So happy looming. Happy looming. This is fucked up. This is not. But it is. Like, the content that is here is the same as the content that is here. But all the frames are identical. Like, this is spread out, not spread out, which doesn't mean anything, because the navigation full on spread out or full on retracted doesn't change anything on the content. Like, it just shows you that if you expand it, you lose some space on the left, but the overall website is still centered to the page, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But I will say, what the fuck is that? I did. I agree, I did. Oh, this is that. Oh, okay. I get that. I get that. But we don't care about that. Yeah. I don't understand. I do not understand. Do we have more? We have here. But that's a profile without anything on it. That doesn't make a lot of sense either. But I kind of need to place this on top to see the width and height. It's the same, so I can get rid of this one. And then take this and this, go down, take this and this, show back the UI because I lost it. Interesting. Oh, damn. That's why there was an issue. Let's put 16 in between. And a layout frame, as always, 48. 24, please. And then plus U to 48, that makes sense. U center should be filling the container, and U center should be filling the container as well. Everything inside except U should be also filling the container, and U should be stuck on the side. And then U, my friend, should be centered, align centered to U, outside frame, fixed width, and U, filling the container. Same here, with 48 on both sides. Let's see, how does it reflect? It works. Isn't that great? It's a great responsive website. Very simple. And Kane, if you're still here, I think you are. If you can see the picture on top, right here, it really shows you why some clients have issues with like cover pictures. So right now I have like almost everything of the picture showing and available, and then for a client who only sees their website like this, will say, right, so my picture should be this exact size. And then for someone else with a bigger screen, they will be here, meaning that the visual things that they will have access to in terms of visibility, let's say you have, what else, what should we, portrait again, kind of want to, maybe portrait is not the right one, maybe landscape is better. Do we have landscape? Yeah. So you can see right this second that we have, at this size, we have everything of the picture mainly. And then if someone has like a bigger size screen, you can see that the entire like river and sky just disappear. So if a client were to say, I will put some text on top and at the bottom or somewhere in the picture so that people knows where they are, if someone has a wider screen, they will never know there is text, and if someone has a smaller screen, they will know, but that's the only case. So for the clients to decide on the ratio or size of their picture, if I said to them directly, this picture needs to be exactly at this ratio, then they will have less issues in the future to display things. And so right now, for example, this is fucked up. I would personally use like a fixed ratio for this, but it's just with the picture on top of it, it won't work. Wouldn't be able to achieve that result cleanly on this. I don't know if that helps in any ways, but it might. I think this is cleaned up. This is kinda all cleaned up, almost. Damn. I don't have access to this. I wish that this would be... Ah, and now I have access to it. Fuck it. Oh damn. Forget about that. That makes more sense. It's a tiny detail, I know, but makes more sense. Just if you open the menu, at least have the right icon. Sadly, I can't swap the fucking icon. Oh, I can. I can. Is it close? It is. Damn. I was done. But that's good. Yeah, that's better. Good. At least we have that working. I wish I could change the text, but I can't. So the meaning here is you should potentially reset the fill. Yeah. That way you don't have any surprises on the ratio of your pictures. That will make more sense. Did I do that? I did do that. I cleaned up. Yeah, I cleaned that. I think we're pretty good on this page. Took us a bit of time, but I think we're pretty good. Overall, checking if he is live, just in case. She's not. Damn. Not yet, she might be live later. Yeah, that's pretty clean. Just, this is the first design. If you look at it, the change from this to this, it's pretty good, I think. I'm biased, of course, as always, but it's pretty clean thing. Pretty clean overall design. Yeah, we have some spacing issues that I need to clean, but I'm not sure I can. I'm sure I can, but not sure I can, if you know what I mean. Like it's what I mean is I don't fucking know. That's what I mean. That seemed better. Just trim element going over the fox. Oh damn. What is this? Oh yeah, true. I should do that. I should do that on my side. Nonetheless, what I will say right this second is we will probably end the stream now-ish in the next minute or so. So please join me for the raid. We will raid Perfect, which is working on a Lego set. Right? It's a bit late, so I agree on that. So yeah, please join me for the raid. That will be highly appreciated. As always, if you are new here, feel free to follow the channel if you enjoy what you see. If you didn't enjoy what you see, feel free to not follow the channel. That's always appreciated as well. If you did enjoy the channel, please join the Discord if you want to. Follow me on all the socials and all of that. And yeah, I can now say go to ending, and it moves to the ending screen. And on that note, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, afternoon, lunch, dinner, whatever, all this thing that you're doing usually in the human time. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for our usual assignment Tuesday, so feel free to do the assignment until tomorrow. And yeah, on that, join the raid and all that, and I see you soon. Bye.